there's a trajectory now that they have to go down. Their eyes have been opened up to something that we don't understand. And they're gonna have to go down this path and we don't know where it's gonna land. They don't know where it's gonna land.
Jordan's messages.
Sponsored by Squarespace.
Look, guys, you might have missed the early bird special for Blimeycon. You might have, I don't know.
The prices only went up a little bit.
They only went up a little bit, just like inflation. But let me tell you this.
If you wait,
it'll keep going up. The price of Blimeycon will continue to creep up. It is a bit of pressure. We're turning the screw. Trying to force you to come play volleyball with me. To come play laser tag with me. To fly through the sky with me on a zip line. It'd be so much fun, and it only costs the amount that it costs now, but the price will only go up.
Blimeycow.com/Blimeycon2024.
That is the website that you need to go to. Sarah will be there. I can't promise that my baby will be there. If my baby's not there, Sarah will not be there either. Is that all I had to say?
Yeah.
Let's get to the messages. Hi, Jordan. I'm in a predicament with a new friend and I need advice. I met her at a local bakery and we bonded over shared interests. After talking to her for some time, I learned that she doesn't like the Christian faith and has trauma from past church experiences. I'm trying to respect her beliefs and she does the same for me, but I recently found out that she's dabbled in some witchcraft.
Lil Witchy.
I myself had dabbled in it, and long story short, it ended badly. Satan manifested himself.
Hello.
And you know what? They realized, I like this guy. And they said, it's not enough. I can't do it anymore. I like Satan. That's what they realized. And they said, I can't do it anymore. I thought he was gonna be scary. I thought he was gonna be a scary guy, but he looked really nice and he was kind of hot.
He was hot.
And the thing was moving on the table by itself. So they stopped. They said, I can't do it anymore. I warned her in a friendly way to be careful what she tries, but I have no idea how to convince her that it's wrong. I've already shared my testimony with her and explained how it's harmful, but I'm worried that she won't listen. How can I evangelize her and not seem mean? Sincerely, a worried friend. You know, this is one of the first times we've received a message that's not about a love interest. It literally seems like it's a girl talking to a girl and they met at a coffee shop at a boulangerie, which is a bakery, I think. I think what we've all learned from this message is that a lot of people dabble in the witchiness stuff. They do. It's a lot more than you would think. Because you know why? Because there was always an episode of Full House. There was always an episode of something where they had a Ouija board. They pulled out a Ouija board. You know, Arthur, you've got Prunella and her weird sister.
Oh, I know. They always
There's
put this
always
stuff.
some.
They want
Why?
you to know it's okay to be a little witchy.
Yes, they do. But even back then, I think it's because that it's like this undertone, and now it's coming back.
After that Nickelodeon documentary that confirmed everything we always thought was true, I don't trust any of these people anymore. Every time I thought, oh, it's. Come on. Putting Ouija boards and stuff, it's because you want us all to be Satanists.
That's right. It's a simple transaction. If I put a Bible verse in messages, it's because I want everybody to be a Christian.
Oh, come on. He's not pumping out the Bible. He's not Bible thumping. He just
threw in a Bible verse.
A Bible verse came out of his mouth. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Here's the thing, all right, your friend is, when somebody has gone in deep enough, they actually start to like do this weird witchcraft stuff. All right, the person's not a lost cause, but they're just, that's like a rocket being launched, and then it's like, stop the rocket, stop it, and you can't stop it. It's already, the explosion's happening, it's going, and okay, where's it gonna land? Are they gonna go to the moon?
I think it's a cry for help. Anytime I hear someone's a little witchy, I just think you.
No, you're right. It is a cry for help. When people like these goth kids, like I'm not saying that they were all into witchcraft, but a lot of them probably were. But these goth kids, it is a cry for help. But what I'm saying is that it's a cry for help, but it's too little, too late. They went down the wrong route. Once you start getting into that sector, that goth kind of realm, or that witchcraft, like hidden witchcraft stuff, it literally is like a rocket that has been launched, and then you met this girl at a coffee shop. The rocket just started. It's about to. It's going off the pad, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not sure about this," but it's too late. They start going. There's a trajectory now that they have to go down. Their eyes have been opened up to something that we don't understand, and they're gonna have to go down this path, and we don't know where it's gonna land. They don't know where it's gonna land. But that's just how it is. That's how it's always been for people that I've seen who have got into this stuff. Even if it's an innocent girl or something, and you see that it's like, okay, they're not really, they still have to go on, even if it's a minor path, they still have to go on this trajectory. Even if the rocket was a dud and it landed in the ocean not too far away, you don't know that. It still just has to go off. You can't, it's not that you can't help them, but it's just a fact of life.
The best is when it's these like disaffected old former church kids who are like, I don't believe in God anymore, but I am a little witchy.
Right, it's like such a lack of awareness at that point.
I don't believe in God, but I believe in the devil-ish, kind of,
right.
Just for fun though.
But it's like, it's such a lack of awareness because it's like, okay, like my parents are so stupid for believing this, so now they can't even see, well now I'm gonna swing so far to the other side that now I'm worshiping Satan.
I mean, if you're gonna
like, come on.
If you're gonna pick one to believe in just a little bit just for fun, why would you pick the devil? Why wouldn't you pick God? Like, hey God, I believe you, just for fun.
Yeah,
just
right.
for the benefit.
Because they were being rebellious, and that the whole Satan thing is just rebellion.
That's why I think it's a cry for help.
You can kind of, be there for them, but don't, like I said, our generation, we have a real hard time not getting too emotionally involved in people because we're very emotional generation. Our parents, seeing our parents now looking back, when they had very troubled friends, there wasn't like this deep emotional thing that like you could see your parents like worn down by these people. It was like, oh yeah, that's just Harry,
Yeah,
like
your parents always have that one weird friend that sticks around.
Yeah, everybody has that weird friend, and it wasn't like this burden on your parents because it was like their lives were completely detached from theirs, but they were still like a good influence. But it wasn't like, what is Harry gonna think? What is Harry's said he's gonna hurt himself? Harry, like they don't. There's like, okay, like Harry's kind of weird, like, but we're gonna be nice to Harry. But like our lives are not like he's not influencing us. That is very hard for our generation to do.
How'd that go for Peter Parker? Just hanging on to Harry.
Didn't help
Harry
him.
becomes the Goblin.
Now guys, as you may know, we recently relaunched our supporter community. It went flawlessly, and that is because we were able to market a landing page on our website that directed people to our new supporter community. It's called Building Hype, and then the payoff was huge. Of course, because we built this website with Squarespace, it only took a few minutes of our time, and obviously it looked amazing. We only recommend stuff on this YouTube channel that we actually use ourselves, and we have been using Squarespace for just almost 100 years. It's been a long time. Blimeycon.com is not the only website that is a Squarespace website of ours. Whether you want to build a blog, a web store, or a portfolio, Squarespace is where you need to be. All the templates look so amazing, and you can customize them to do whatever you want. They're always adding new features too. Recently, they've added a Squarespace Blueprint. Choose from professionally curated layouts and styling options to build a unique online presence from the ground up. Tailored to your brand or business and optimized for every device. If SEO stresses you out like it stresses us out, let Squarespace handle that with their optimized SEO tools so you show up more often to more people and grow the way that you want. You can sell content easily, whether it's physical merchandise with print on demand or digital content. You can even sell memberships to your site and start building a community around your content. And speaking of your content, you can actually upload videos straight to your website. So here's the question, what do you want to build? Listen to me right now. Do it with Squarespace. It's time to finally build that website that you've been procrastinating and putting off. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to our link, squarespace.com/cow, because there, you're going to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/cow. Now, let's get back to the messages. Hi, Jordan and Josh and Sarah. I may be too old for this, but I can't afford counseling, so I'm messaging you. The exact place that you need to be. My husband and I have a 1-year-old son. I work part-time so I can contribute financially and have a couple days to be home with my baby. I tried being a stay-at-home for 5 months, but the economy was killing us, so I found a job. My mom watches him 2 days a week, and my mother-in-law, who also works, watches him once a week ever since I started working after having the baby. My mom has been emotionally distant from me and complains behind my back about how much my son is a burden to her. We recently found ourselves in a situation of needing a new car as mine was unsafe to drive, and the fix would have been way more expensive than the value of the actual car. Since we live paycheck to paycheck, we knew we would have to take out a car loan. Naturally, I trust my mom to listen and comfort me in the struggle. Instead, she gaslit me and showed less concern for our financial struggles. And she was more vocal about the fact that if we had debt, It's a longer length of time that she has to babysit. I can't afford to send my son to a daycare, nor will I ever trust one. And I can't afford to be a stay-at-home mom, which is my heart's desire. I feel like a burden to those who are obligated to help, and I'm at a loss for any other solutions. This is what I always have to say. Okay, this is gonna sound so unbelievably harsh, but that's what most people need. You feel like you're at your wit's end, your last gasping breath. You couldn't possibly handle anymore. This is how you decide that that's actually not true. Okay, imagine you live in a state alone with your husband, okay, and you've got your child. You guys have no money, nothing, okay? You're in this exact situation. You have no family around to do anything for you at all. Zero, nothing. It's literally you. You've moved across, say you've moved across to California. Your parents live in Tennessee. There's no backstop. There's no help anywhere. Okay, what are you doing at that point? But you still have the dream of being a stay-at-home mom. What do you do? What does your husband do? What ends up happening at that point? Doesn't life look like a lot different than, well, I know that my parents can do this. I know that maybe they can help me out with with money for a car. I know that maybe the mother-in-law can do. So you're like, they're helping you, but then at the same time, it's like they're actually not, because it's not actually making you act like your life really depends on this. You know what I'm saying? And that sounds extremely harsh.
They should be a convenience,
not
versus a crutch.
Right. And I don't know if that's what's going on here, if they're actually like a crutch. If your mom is complaining about watching your 1-year-old, and maybe your mother-in-law is as well, I don't know. But if the situation has really gotten that bad, like, that's not an option anymore. If that's not an option to have them watch them, and you can't afford daycare, and I wouldn't send your child to daycare, okay, please God, even if you could. What does my husband have to do in order to make this happen? I think that it's literally your husband's problem in this entire thing. I don't care what he has to. I don't care if the man has to be out all day long and all night long to make that happen. Okay, I know the economy's bad. Whatever has to happen for him to provide enough so that this is possible. Also, you get something like some kind of online something so you don't have to be out. Like, this doesn't just all have to be on him, but if it literally did come to that for some reason, to be able to do that, I mean, that it's possible, okay? We live in a country that is pretty lame right now, all right? But at the end of the day, like, that's still possible to do that.
I live in the projects. I do anything before I send my kids, like, to daycare
exactly.
and school. And
well, or move in with somebody else. Like, maybe you find a friend that you guys can share rent. You see what I mean? Like, maybe your brain hasn't gone into all the little cracks and crevices of things that you would have to do if there was no mom or mother-in-law helping you. People start getting bitter. People start neglecting people, babies, stuff like that. People start doing bad stuff.
At daycare?
No, if a mom is bitter, you don't know what are these people doing. That's just a bad situation.
Right.
So get your boy out of that, because think, like, that literally could be a harmful situation for him. I know it sounds so harsh, but it's like there's a type of person who's kind of like, a lot of stuff is I don't want to say dramatic, but there's like, but then when something really, really, really bad happens, it's like, okay, well, now that kind of drama of my mom, whatever, is like small potatoes now. Everybody's gone. Yeah. And like, we got to make this work now. The husband needs to go out and do something. I need to start doing an online thing so I can be here. Like, that's end of the world situation. You're buying nothing that you don't need. You don't have a Netflix account. You have nothing.
Rice and beans.
Beans and rice and beans. Yeah, my Dave Ramsey is coming out.
I think what you're saying is use this opportunity to get creative, to find the solution, because it's out there. Like, this might be the opportunity that you need to actually have a better life than you thought was possible. So instead of looking for, like, oh, who's gonna help me, think, what can I do to change the future of our lives?
Yeah, it's a great turning point right now. You're at a point that seems like your lowest low, but you're at a great turning point to actually have a life-altering switch, a paradigm shift, to then be able to go on a completely different trajectory. So this could actually be a blessing in disguise, okay, which is very hard to see right now.
You're at the lowest low, and it'll lead to a good thing if you let it.
Your lowest low is your highest high, but also your highest high is your lowest low. That's why it helps to be an even person. Was that a good icon?
Very good.
All right,
Very good. Sarah said.
Thank you, sir. You saved
Sarah
it.
said it in a nice way.
Oh, all right, good. What are you eating?
My birthday treat?
I gave Sarah a birthday treat. It was she forgot to order these Laura bars. They're these cookie dough Laura bars. Okay, I wouldn't suggest eating this on an empty stomach. That's gonna spike your blood sugar like crazy. And Sarah, did you just eat this on an empty stomach?
No, I didn't.
No, exactly, because
I had eggs first.
Sarah had an egg.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
Eggs, and then the Laura bars. Okay, Laura bars taste amazing.
Those things will spike your blood sugar.
But they will-
Nothing.
Like crazy.
It's wild.
No added sugar, but dates. will spike your
Yeah.
blood sugar.
It's incredible.
When I did my marathon, that's what I just had a pocket full of dates, and every 2 or 3 miles, chomp chomp. Tasty, delicious, feeling good.
Tasty, delicious, feeling good. There's no way to spin this to go back to messages.
In messages land, we don't spike our blood sugar.
We don't spike our, yeah, exactly. We don't spike our blood sugar. We live very even lives, okay? We can have nice, amazing things happen. We don't let our highs get too high because your highest high is your lowest low. There you go.
That is so true.
I knew there was a reason we were talking about spiked blood sugar, okay? Don't be messy. And leave good messages.